What is up, fellas? Back at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a really difficult one to wrap your head around because you'll have to do it yourself. So usually if something's not easy in life, it's going to be a lot more rewarding. So for example, I'll start with the gym. Gym is really hard to get into at first. You know, you're putting yourself in pain while putting your muscles in pain in hopes of, in 3-ish months, getting some notable gains. But you're not really gonna get too much. You'll get gains in 3-ish months, but you won't really see any lasting progress till 2 years later. I'm on my first year and I have some progress, but it's not as much as it would be in 2 years. Anyways, so gym is a good example because it's really hard to get into it. You know, you're putting yourself in pain. You're going, every time you wake up after if you do it properly, you're sore for the whole 2 days. And if you even do leg day, sometimes it hurts for 5 days straight. And that's really fucking painful. But you just gotta deal with that because it is hard and shit, but it's not as hard as, you know, failing and having to deal with the fail. So if you really wanted to do something, you'd have to put up with it not being easy and just keep going forward. Another good example for me, I biked 30 kilometers again. I think I said 20, or I don't even know what I said. I'm biking 30 kilometers again, and I just did leg day yesterday, so that was pretty painful. But I know that I do like going to this river in particular because I really like hanging out by the water, and it's more of a creek. And I feel like that's a lot more rewarding, having to drive like 15 kilometers here and 15 kilometers back just to see a creek flow by. It's a lot nicer in summer around here, but it's still fine during spring. It's also 8 degrees, but when you're biking fast, it feels like -2. And that's a really good point because there's not really a point to it. Well, it doesn't seem like a point. But a lot of the easy things you see in life are gonna come with a lot of regret. Let's just say you could jerk off your whole life, and there's nothing wrong with jerking off as long as you're not addicted. But let's just say you jerk off your whole life and then you're 80 and you don't have a wife or anything, and you're a virgin for fucking 80 years, and you're gonna realize you kind of wish you actually tried with girls. Jerking off is the easy way out of, you know, getting your nut out, I guess. Or another example would be alcohol. Alcohol is a good stress repellent, I guess you could say. Some people drink to get out of their, get out of stress. But did you know that alcohol, first off, it kills a lot of bacteria, essential bacteria, your gut biome in your gut. There's videos of Jack Daniels and shit, with bacteria. And as soon as the drop comes into the bacteria, all that bacteria fucking dies. And just think about that when you're drinking a ton. But that's not the point, because also stress, you're trying to drink to get rid of stress. But every time you drink, alcohol has a lot of cortisol in it, which is the stress hormone. So you're basically just drinking stress to make yourself less stressed out. It also kills a lot of protein, so if you're working out a lot, you're probably not going to see as much gains if you're fucking alcoholic. And my point is that the more easy something is, the more regret you'll have on later, and the more hard it'll be for you later. But the harder it is, the more you'll have to work, and it's not going to be easy. But let's just say in the same time, that easy thing, you'll probably see a lot more progress than fucking when you're doing it. I'll give a life example for me. Well, I gave the gym, and for me, I had a lot of social anxiety. So when I left high school, I didn't really know how to talk to people much. And I was really just afraid. I just most of the time worked my whole life. Like worked and then went home, played video games, maybe rubbed one out one day. And I didn't really like that life. But I'd say it was a lot better than my life in high school. And that's not important yet. I'll make a video about that one day. And jerking off, well, fuck. So yeah, I did a lot of that, like jerking off and shit. And like didn't really enjoy my life, but it was a lot better than high school. It was also like the easy life, you know. I'd go to work like 8 hours, sometimes 10, and then go home and then play video games and that shit. And that was easy. But what really made me want to change that was when I came across someone, and she was really nice to me. She changed my life a lot. And that's what, like, I tried to date her and shit, and she rejected me. And that was like, I'm gonna go through hard work just to make sure I'm fucking, well, not to get her back, but to get her, but like that. So I went through a lot of like hardship, like the gym. Self-improvement's pretty hard if you're actually doing it. And like discovering side hustles. I would say that trying YouTube is hard, but the only really hard thing is trying to keep motivated when you get like 0 viewers sometimes. But I don't really mind. I'd much rather send out that one message to the one person who might enjoy it than have like 1 million people who just don't like it at all. Like they're just like brain rot type of content, you know. Like I'd rather have that, like, that one loyal fan than 1 million that fucking are brain rot and just watch a ton of like type of shit, you know. Well, I meant like I don't watch brain rot, I can't really say it, but like the type of people where if you died, so the type of people where if you died they wouldn't care. But if, like, let's just say I had one fan that really cared about my content, I could change their life and shit like that. So I don't really care about 0 viewers, but YouTube is a good example of like a hardship if you could try and keep motivated. But I don't really need that motivation. I'll just keep doing what I like to do, which is talk on the camera about like life advice, I guess. Anyways, thank you for today's video. Goodbye.